A fond hello and good evening to you all. I'm Aria, and tonight I'll be your funny storyteller for this episode 1 entitled The Wind of our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, Sydney by Night. For those new to the world of darkness or those returning, ladies and gentlemen, both neither, one and all, I humbly welcome you. Without further ado, let's tell a vampire story. Let's meet our vampires. Starting with Valeria Russell Malkaven.
Hello. Good
The
evening.
year is 1976. We're currently in Munich, Germany. It's the last night of Valeria's breakout exhibition, which was critically acclaimed and touted as the next big thing in the visual arts world, in a pop-up space in an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of Munich. Tristan joined her and a collection of fellow academy students, critics and art lovers for the final night party. The partying went well into the night. Not being a big party girl, she was unable to party until dawn like her colleagues. Valeria snuck out of the warehouse, grabbed her bike and rode back to her loft. Pedaling down the unlit outer streets of Munich, Tristan pulled up in his car, offering her a ride. The driver put her bike in the boot of her car, a 1932 Mercedes-Benz 770 Cabriolet. Tristan declared that tonight his patronage would begin in full earnest, and as he leaned in to tell her more, instead of whispering in her ear, he dug his face into her neck. Suddenly, Valeria felt a sharp pain and liquid damp and was somehow over the top of her blouse. Calling out, Tristan pulled her closer, wrapping arms tightly like a boa constrictor, and his embrace tightened Valeria and felt a rush of conflicting emotions. Fear, excitement, terror, and joy. Confusion and then clarity as she lost consciousness. Moving through stages of consciousness to awaken, feeling hungover and somehow ravenously hungry in a way Valeria had never experienced before. Opening her eyes, she sees a canopy above her and feels the sensation of soft cotton and a full feathered mattress under her form. As she wakes, a young woman appeared before her. She states, "Hi there. Valeria, is it?"
Hello. Okay.
The young lady waits for Valeria's response and waits for her to come to.
Uh, hello? What? Huh? Who are you?
Victoria responds with, Victoria's my name, and I hate to be the one to break it to you, but you are no longer human. At least, not the way you once were.
Okay. I must have drunk way too much schnapps. What?
You could say that either way.
What is going on? I feel so.
Victoria continues with, more will be revealed in time though. As for the moment, lay low and make sure never to go outside during the daytime again. You will be okay. It takes a bit of time to get used to, but you will be okay.
I need something. Anything. Oh, just a cold bratwurst will do. Just and some brat. Ah. Oh, I'm so hungry.
Yes, that comes with the territory.
Feed me. Don't you have any food?
Oh no, you don't need to drink. You don't need to eat or drink anymore, young one.
I'm starving, of course. I need to eat. And my head hurts. And my stomach, it just. Ah! Ah! Get me something now!
It's okay. In time, you will learn that you no longer need sustenance by food or drink, or rather vitae, from the humans. Blood.
What? No, what?
Have you ever heard of vampires, dear one?
Yeah, I read.
You are now a vampire. Although we
Okay.
don't refer to ourselves as vampires. We usually refer to ourselves as kindred. It's a respect thing, you see.
Okay, alright. This has gone far enough. Really funny, guys. Thank you. Clearly, you got the theater kids to come in, and this is great. Really authentic. I'm loving the vibe. But could you just get me something to eat?
Victoria reaches into her pocket and pulls out 3 blood bags. And she
Okay.
says, "This is what you drink now. It will help."
Don't. I don't. Oh, no. Is this cranberry juice or this is cute. This is top tier props. I just
It's blood, my dear. Drink it.
give it to me now. I feel the cosmos reaching out from inside me. I feel burning desires of those yet to be born. You are different. I am different. Oh.
As Valeria continues to batterly consume blood from the bags, Valeria says one final thing to her. She says, "Remember, whenever the wind blows, I will always answer." And as if like magic, Victoria instantaneously vanishes into a deep, dark black shadow that appears. And then moments later, she is completely gone. Valeria is now alone with her senses. And we will come back and revisit her later on. That was Valeria Rissler, Malkavian. Moving along. Our next vampire. Nick Starkwell, Toreador. The year is 1977. We are now in Melbourne, Australia. Specifically, the Crystal Ballroom in the suburb of St Kilda. A young, aspiring singer waits patiently for her friends to arrive at the club. After some time, there's an announcement from the club's manager stating it's an open mic night. Figuring she's got nothing better to do to pass the time, she goes up to the stage and makes an impromptu performance. During and thereafter, a mysterious stranger catches her eye and approaches her. He asks, "Can I buy you a drink?" And he waits for Nix's response. You might be muted, Hannah.
I am, sorry. Yeah, sure, you can buy me a drink.
After the drinks are purchased and received, he intentionally walks over to his seated closer to the bathrooms. And after some time, Nick suddenly passes out, and he lifts her body over towards the bathrooms into a dark corner. Where he embraces her. Some time passes. Nix awakes and has a very hazy memory of why she is here, or anything prior to waking up. She suddenly has a lust for blood, and the birth of the beast within longs for some sweet vitae. As she brings herself to consciousness, a young woman appears before her. She states, "Hi there. Nix, isn't it?"
Yeah. Where am I?
You are in a club.
Oh, I'm still here? Why does my head hurt so bad?
That's normal. Victoria responds with, "Victoria's my name, and I hate to break it to you, but you are no longer human. At least not in the way
What?
you once were."
What do you mean?
Have you ever heard of vampires?
Like the sparkly ones?
No, not the sparkly ones. More like the Dracula ones.
Oh. They're real? No.
Of course they're real. You and I are vampires. Although we don't usually refer to ourselves as vampires. We usually refer to ourselves as kindred. It's a respect thing, you know.
Kindred. No. I'm having a crazy dream right now. Someone must have spiked my drink. That guy.
Oh, someone certainly spiked your drink, but you're not dreaming. This is real.
This is wild. Who are you? Where did you come from?
My name is Victoria Bassett, and I am like you, although slightly different.
Slightly different?
She continues with, more will be revealed in time, though as for the moment, lay low, and don't ever go out during the daytime ever again. It will be bad.
Oh. What about my friends?
Your new form. Your new form. It is do not take kindly to the light. And your friends may not be in contact with you, unfortunately, anymore. You are no longer human. Unfortunately or
this is
fortunately,
horrible.
it may be for you. You are now a vampire. Or, as I said before, you are now a kindred.
Okay.
I'll
What do I
leave
do
you with
now?
these words. I'll leave you with these words. Remember, whenever the wind blows, I will always answer.
Huh.
And suddenly, Victoria emanates a very, very dark, deep black shadow. And then the shadow disappears, and she is gone.
That's weird.
Nyx is now alone in the bar. And it is getting very close to closing time. Very early in the morning. Very soon she will be thrown out of the bar, as other the other patrons will be, because they'll be closing.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
And with that, we move on to Nicholas Uzume Rosell. Gangrel. The year is 1988. We are now somewhere in an unknown beach near San Francisco, California, USA. A newly created beast wakes in the dim moonlight, seemingly discarded and washed ashore in the endless night. After he comes to his senses, a young woman appears before him. She states, "Hi there. I'm sorry, what was your name again?"
Oh, hi. I'm not sure. Who are you?
"I am like you. My
All
name is
right.
Victoria. And I hate to break it to you that you are no longer human. At least, not what you once were."
Excuse me?
Have you ever heard of vampires, my dear boy?
Yeah, of course. What kind of joke is this? Can I wipe out that hard?
In a manner of speaking. You and I are alike, my friend. We are both vampires. Unless we don't really refer to ourselves as vampires. It's kind of seen as offensive. The apt term is kindred. Or if you're peeling particular salty licks, it's kind of a slur.
Sure. Let's stick with Kindred, I guess. What's this all about? What time is it?
It's around 3 or 4 in the morning.
supposed to be somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure you don't have anywhere to be. What you see, more will be revealed in time. But as for the moment, lay low, and I suggest that you don't go outside during the daytime ever again. It could be quite bad.
I'm already outside. What do I... What?
It's not the daytime, friend. It's not the daytime, friend, but it will be soon.
And you're sure this isn't some weird dream?
Oh, I can assure you, this is reality, my friend.
Okay. Sure. No more outside in the day.
It will become clear in time.
Sure. Why not?
Victoria says to Nicholas, remember, whenever the wind blows, I will always answer.
Right. Wind. Hey,
As
you
if
got any
in an
food on you?
As if in an instant, Victoria creates a very dark, deep, black shadow. And then once the shadow disappears, she is completely vanished.
Yeah. Not a dream. Of course.
And with that, we move on to our next kindred. Kirisminova. Ventru. The year is 2001. We are now in New York City, New York, USA. We arrived shortly after Kira had been embraced, as she wakes in her and her lover's place of residence. A young woman appears before Kira and her lover. She states, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt here, but I bring forth a message from the Camarilla.
Baby, someone's in our place. Someone's here. Wake up, Isabella.
Oh, there's nothing to be frightened. I am merely a messenger of the Camarilla. Victoria
Respectfully,
responds with, go right ahead, sorry.
you could have knocked. I mean, we do know the Camarilla, we do know the prince well. It would have been nice to have some notice, but okay, 1 second, let me just wake up a little bit because I'm kind of recovering a little bit. Why are you here?
Yes, as you see, subtlety is not really my strong point. So I apologize for the brief and abrupt entry. But I come forth with a message. The Ivory Tower requires proof of this sanctioned embrace. Checks and balances needs add up and all that fluff, you know?
You can back that up with the prince because both Isabella and I have gone through the prince directly, and not only have we both gotten permission to have me embraced and become one of the night, we are very caught up to speed with, as you would call it, checks and balances. So, may I ask again, what's this really about?
She pulls a small torch out of her pocket, shines it towards you, and turns it off.
I immediately flinch and put my arms up, and I'm saying, why? Why the light? Why?
Okay. That's all the proof I need. I'll be going now.
I look
Victoria says to
confused for a
Kira.
moment.
Victoria says to Kira. And one final thing. Remember, whenever the wind blows, I will always answer. And as if in an instant, a deep dark black shadow appears. And then when the shadow dissipates, Victoria is gone.
I lay
Kira
there
is now alone with
confused.
her lover. Isabella re-enters the room and she says, Kira, my love, everything all right?
Baby? I thought you were in the bed. Hi.
Oh, I was just checking on something. Another room. But I'm back now.
My love, I don't know how to tell you this, but, we had a strange visitor and, well,
Oh, Victoria?
I know she's one of...
Was it Victoria? Was the name Victoria?
It was indeed. She spoke, specifically for the Camarilla and said that, well, she was quite cryptic, to be honest. Didn't really have an understanding of why she's here, but she said that we were to meet with the prince and we were to confirm my embrace, whatever that means, because I know that you sought the permission of the prince and I know that you were granted as such.
Oh yes, everything's in order. I forgot to mention that Victoria will be paying us a visit. Sorry about that. She's a little, how do you say, not subtle.
You know, well, so long as everything, so long everything is in working order, want to come back to bed because dawn approaches fast and I'm not quite done with you.
Sure. Anything for you, baby.
I love you,
With that,
Isabella.
love you too. With that, we move on to Espria, Nosferatu. The year is 2009. We are now in the cozy little town of Wagga Wagga, New South Wales, Australia. Here, the Baron of the town has sanctioned the embrace of a young woman, an up-and-coming artist, who unfortunately has been afflicted with a terminal illness. In an effort to save her, a beautiful toreador has been chosen by the town's Baron. The plan was for both of them to attend the town's upcoming gala, and during the final performance, a sanctioned embrace would occur. But as fate were to have it, a lurking Nosferatu had other ideas. On the way to the event, Espria gets abducted and renders unconscious and dragged into a park in the dead of the night. The unknown Nosferatu embraced her and left to defend her for herself. Sometime later, Espria awakes, almost having no memory of what had gone down. The afflictions of her illness mysteriously vanished, however, replaced with the longing hunger for blood. As she becomes aware of her surroundings, a young woman appears before her. She states, "Hi there. Miss Sprea, is it?"
Yeah.
Victoria responds with, "Victoria's my name, and I hate to be the one to break it to you. But you are no longer human. At least, not the way you once were."
What do you mean?
Have you ever heard of vampires, my dear?
Oh yeah, but I'm not due yet.
Unfortunately, you have already been turned. Or embraced, as we like to call it.
Why?
She pulls a mirror out of her trench coat and shows it to Espreas.
What am I?
You're a vampire, my dear.
But that's not what a vampire looks like. It's hideous.
Some of us look like you. Though it is unfortunate. Generally, your clan has remarkable skills of stealth, so it won't really be a problem so long as you stay out of sight.
What about the others?
Others?
Wasn't I supposed to be embraced? Not what I am now?
It seems fate has turned a rather tragic turn, my dear. And the plan didn't go according to plan. I'm sorry. But this is who you are now.
Oh.
More real in time, though, my dear. Best for the moment. You need to lay low. And most importantly, don't go out during the day anymore. It will be bad.
Yeah.
I am sorry that things didn't go according to plan, my dear, but it's not all bad. You'll see in time.
Hope so.
Victoria says to Espria. Remember, whenever the wind blows, I will always answer. In a second, a deep dark black shadow appears. And then after it dissipates, Victoria is gone. And Espria is alone in the park, in a small town. Left to fend for herself.
You find shelter.
My friends, we now jump to present day. The year is now 2025, and we find ourselves in the city of Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. Kindred society is in turmoil, and the Camarilla had been mostly wiped out. What remains are mostly aligned with the New Anarch movement. The city is baronless, and many are vying for the barony of the city amongst the tension and chaos of the underground Kindred presence scattered throughout the region. Among them stands a lone woman whose mission is to assemble a legion of Kindred loyal to her for the upcoming war between the Anarchs and the Camarilla. She is one of few that know of this rising threat, being of the Sombra clan. Throughout her years, she's been aligned with various sects, including the Sabbat, the Camarilla, and now the Anarchs. With her is where our story begins. She wakes in her mansion in Vaucluse on the edge of the harbour. She goes to check her phone and comes to find that all 5 of her respective coterie are all in the city tonight. So she composes a text message, sends it to all of them. The text message reads, "The wind blows in your direction, my friend. Meet me in the eye of the hurricane at 2200 hours. Tell no one. As a Kindred respond to this text, I'm going to ask everyone to roll wits and insight to determine who sees this first. You all start at 1 hunger, and you combine your dice pools of insight and wits together, and then subtract from the regular dice pool and add 2 hunger die. Starting from Espria. How many successes did you get?
3 successes.
Okay.
Can you please tell me how many dice to roll again?
Sure. One moment. So for your character
What are we
sheet,
doing?
you have wits and insight, so that's a dice total of 6. Replace one of the 6 regular die with a hunger die.
Thank you. Ooh. 2 successes and
That'll
a
be-
super success.
Okay, so that's 3 successes. So tied with Espria.
All right. I have wits of 2.
Sorry, you've been quiet. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you're a bit quiet.
Is that better?
That's better. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have wits of 2. And then what else do I require?
Insight.
Insight. My insight is squinting. Okay.
3. So it's a dice
3.
pool of 5.
1,
And you
5.
take one away
and
to
then
add a hunger die.
take it down to 4. Pick up the red hunger die. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Okay. I got 1 masquerade, 2 masquerade, 1 blank, 2 blank in my regular die. And then with my red hunger die, it is blank.
Okay, so that's 2 successes.
So I have 2 successes. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Amazing.
Kira, what was your roll?
I rolled 2 successes, storyteller.
Okay. And Nicholas, what was your roll?
With my dice pool of 3, I rolled 5 successes.
Oh,
Yeah, I got
Fine.
I got 2 of the critical successes and 1 normal success.
Not a bad first roll, man.
Wow.
Yeah, blew that one out of the water.
You had half my
Alrighty.
roll and almost doubled my score.
Amazing.
okay.
I
with
bow
that-
to the dice here. I did nothing.
Straight out of the gate.
Yep.
You need
I
to
love it.
reward those die.
Okay, so with that, Nicholas responds to the tech first. Takes a look at his phone. And he knows from various different circles that the Eye of the Hurricane refers to the Halo Monument in Chippendale. So he makes his way there.
I'd probably go.
Spria then responds to the text. Again, she knows enough about the Sydney scene to know that it's the same monument. So she makes her way there.
She's
I'm
gonna
so proud of you,
kind of
Espria.
mutter under her breath, cryptic as usual.
Yep. Nyx is the next to respond to the text. She knows as well like where this monument is and makes her way there. Valeria.
Yes.
She then sees the text
Mm-hmm.
and how you respond.
respond with a sequence of emotes. Grumpy face, smiley face, crying, rain clouds, love heart, broken love heart, blood, blood, blood,
When Victoria sees the text, she just sends question mark.
blood, blood, blood,
She's just responding with, I think you understand what I mean. I'll see you there.
thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs up.
Kira is the last to see the text. She seems to know enough about Sydney to know where the monument is, but isn't sure. She reaches out to her fellow Ventru contacts for more information and discovers that it's from reference to a Halo monument in Chippendale.
I am going to first go over my earpiece, and I'm going to call Mr. Jeffrey Wallace, who is my personal Hummer limo driver, and I'm going to say, Wallace, I need you. And I'm going to give him the details as well, and then I'm going to text message Nicholas as well, and I'm going to message him. Did you also get a strange message from someone who is of the kind?
You're going to receive a text message back. Yes, I was just on my way to inform you personally.
I'm gonna just send a red heart emoji.
Jeff gets in your car, and rides around to the residence where you reside. He texts you and he says, "Ready to bring you to the place, ma'am."
All right, first things first, we need to go pick up Nicholas. I'm going to actually message him now, and I'm going to get the details of what his location is, texting him, and then I want Jeff to either try to beat him to the location or just have him wait for us so I can go pick him up.
He responds with, "Anything else, ma'am?"
That'll be all. Honestly, I think we must make haste, and it seems important, so let's go.
All right, indubitably, ma'am. As you hop into the car, you notice that it's only you and him in the car.
I'm going to be riding in the
pick
far
up
back,
Nicholas?
by the way. He's going to be in, yes. I'm going to be in the very back of the Hummer limo in the nicest seat that I can have. It's pure, genuine leather, and there is a nice little scene inside, kind of neon kind of lights, and just basically riding in style. And yes, making a trip to Nicholas to have him join me so we can get there not only in due time and quick time, but yeah, riding in style, as it were.
He manages to find Nicholas, for some reason, walking down the side of the highway. He stops the car, puts the hazard lights on, and yells out, "Hey, Nick! Nick, you coming?"
Turning to see this, waving over his shoulder kind of casually, he's going to mosey back toward the vehicle, pulling open the front door and stepping inside, and as he takes his seat there, he's going to, look past the shoulder of the seat all the way to the back of the limo, nod his head once, say, "Ma'am?"
Nicholas, always nice to see you, my friend.
Lovely night for a drive.
Really is, isn't it? Seems like we've been called to something important, so shall we be on our way?
Gonna nod to the driver as he fastens his seatbelt.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
He's gonna give Nicholas a very shitty grin and just start the car and proceed to the location.
I'm going to unbutton my suit jacket a little bit just to kind of relax and just, as we're riding in style, just try to take in the sights and look out the tinted windows as we're driving by, enjoying the scenery and enjoying the nightlife. And Nicholas is obviously free to relax as he pleases.
Nicholas is going to withdraw a pair of blue blocker sunglasses from a pocket, unfold them, and put them on his face in the middle of the night.
As Nicholas was the first to respond to the text, it makes sense that he would be the first one to arrive. However, he's traveling with Kira. So what happens is, both Kira and Nicholas arrive and walk up to the monument at the same time.
I would assume so.
They then,
sorry.
They then wait for the others to arrive. Victoria is nowhere to be seen yet. Espria and Nyx arrive around the same time.
Is there any lampposts nearby? Roughly.
There is near your monument. There is one lamppost, but it is not completely near the monument. The monument is essentially shrouded in darkness. This is a pretty dimly lit scene.
Okay.
Mm.
There's a
Well, I
reason
guess
she
I'm
likes to
gonna-
meet you.
Understandable. I'm going to try and find like a nice corner, kind of lurk in, and kind
Okay.
of keep my distance and kind of watch over the two people that are currently standing somewhere within the monument.
Nyx, how do you approach the monument?
I just walk right in. Try
As
to
Nyx
find
enters,
the others. Mm.
As Nyx enters, she spots two Kindred. Well, she thinks they're Kindred, standing close to the monument. As Nyx approaches, the others who notice her and react.
Hi.
I'm going to make sure to place myself between Kira and anybody else I see. May I make a rouse check to activate the Eyes of the Beast?
Sure, go ahead.
A critical success.
Okay. Yep, you don't get any hungrier, and you activate Eyes of the Beast.
So behind my blue blocker glasses, my eyes go a reflective yellow, like those of a cat or dog, and I become able to see very well in the dark. And I am looking around warily for threats. He definitely has the appearance of, like the Secret Service. He's got a dark suit on. He's large, placing himself near the person he wants to protect, and he's looking around suspiciously at everything going on.
Cool trick.
Nicholas, give me a wits and awareness roll.
Alrighty. Let's see. Wits and awareness. I think I actually have awareness. Oh, I do. I have a specialization in awareness. Hooray.
And Espria,
Mm-hmm.
give me stealth and resolve.
I was actually wanting to also activate a couple of things, if I may. I'd like to activate Awe, and I would like to also activate Melpomene.
Okay.
Alright, so I replace one die or two out of the pool with red.
You're currently at one hunger, so you just replace one of the dice. You didn't
All
get hungry when
successes.
you rouse checked. Yeah.
Okay.
4 successes. Okay, what was
Yep.
your roll? Kira?
Oh, sorry.
What was your role?
Oh,
Sorry, did I ask your role? I
I
didn't ask your role.
wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, it was 4
Nicholas.
successes and what? Sorry, what did Nicholas roll?
Nicholas got 3 successes.
Nicholas looks around, doesn't see any threats that he can see, and Espria remains in stealth.
I would actually like to respond to the kindred who spoke to both Nicholas and I'd without extending my hand or anything, because I still want to get the measure of them, I would like to say hello
Hi,
in regards to Nyx.
how you going?
Pretty good. I'm actually confused about why we're meeting here, but
Did you get a text message as well?
I did indeed.
Okay.
Apologies for the lack of formality. Hi, I am Kira Smirnova, and I am joined by my friend, my personal bodyguard, Nicholas Ozame Russell.
Nice to meet you both. I'm Nick Starkwell.
Pleasure.
Would I be in earshot of this, or am I too far away
Yes.
to hear the
You
conversation?
are
Okay.
close enough to hear the conversation. You're simply lurking in the shadows. You can't be seen right now until you make yourself known.
Cool.
I love your outfit, Kira.
Thank you. I feel it very important to always make a statement whenever there is a conversation to be had.
Yes, I would agree with that.
And may I say that you also look lovely.
As the conversation goes on, Valeria appears from the darkness and wanders towards the monument.
I did
Is
have a question
Valeria
for my
making-
storyteller. Oh,
Go ahead.
yes, since I activated Melpomene, that would mean that I have, let me make sure I clarify this correctly. With Melpomene, I'm able to hear things. Let's see. I'm able to, using presence without seeing a target, hearing something within earshot. So, is there anything I could theoretically hear by Melpomene?
So Melpomene allows you to use the powers of presence without being to be physically present. So if another kindred enters the vicinity, the ore will go off that you already activated,
Yes.
and nothing else will happen at this time, because the only presence power that you activated, apart from Melpomene, was ore.
Yes. Thank you. Sorry for that.
So yeah, it doesn't have much of an effect at the moment, but it might. So Valeria, you wander towards the monument. Do you make yourself known, or are you trying to be stealthy about it?
Super stealthy.
Seems like it.
My specialty actually gave me a 4th success. I just didn't know the system on it until just now. So what happens on a tie?
Sorry. What happens on the what?
A tie, since we both had 4.
Oh,
I missed my
okay.
specialty
In that
die.
case, it's the same.
Okay.
Although Espria is somewhat noticeable by you now.
Okay. For instance,
Only
I would
to-
be
only-
standing
only to Nicholas,
still.
though.
So would Cloak of Shadows be triggered or not?
If you want to activate it, yeah.
Since it's free, yeah, I'll activate it.
Okay. Yep. So Valeria wanders in towards the monument.
Going to once again
La, la,
reposition
la,
myself.
La 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 la. Here comes Valeria. All dressed in black. La 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 la.
Was
As
she's
Valeria
making-
sings to herself, she's also skipping and shuffling and waving her arms around in fractured joy.
So
La.
as Valeria is making her presence extremely well known to everyone around her, how do the rest of the kindred react to this?
I think that
I'm gonna look at Nicholas directly just for the look.
Gonna return the look and immediately move to intercept Valeria, just kind of stepping up, feet spread apart, hands folded in front of her, and as she continues approaching, he's eventually going to slowly put one hand up, wardingly, kind of tilting his head to one side, like, you are going to stop, without saying anything.
La.
Cease.
So
La, blah.
Espria, give me a strength and stealth roll. And while that's happening, Kira and Nicholas, give me a resolve and intimidation. What was the result of your stealth and strength roll, Espria?
I have a result and an answer for the role you requested.
Yep.
I know how
What
to
was
read
that?
it, but I just want to make sure I've got this correctly because I remember you explaining it before the episode. But I have one red die with 2 fangs, one black die with 2 stars, and a success on the other side. The success on the other black die.
So you have a pair of criticals.
Yes,
And how
pair of criticals, and then a regular success.
That's 5 successes. Okay. What did Espria roll?
Muted.
Might be muted.
Me, I'm not the one rolling.
Yeah. So, can you give me
What
a
am I
strength
rolling
and
for?
stealth roll, Espria?
Well, can I ask why I'm doing a strength and stuff roll?
It's to see if you are detected by the others.
Okay, let's see. 2, 4.
I rolled a boatload of blanks and 2 successes for my intimidation.
5 and 1.
You had them 5 successes, man. So I'm like,
Okay.
hell yeah, I'm on your level again.
5 successes.
And then 5 successes.
5
Okay,
successes.
so you remain in stealth. You are still not seen, apart from being detected by Nicholas, but not actually. He doesn't actually know where you are exactly.
Yeah.
Valeria, can I get a composure and performance?
Composure. Let me just.
Storyteller?
Yes.
What was the
Okay.
result of the 5 successes?
Yeah. These are contested roles.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So
Sorry.
yep. Yep.
Performance is 1, and composure is 2. So that's 3. And I put 1 back for the hunger die.
Correct.
So I have 3 die in total. I have 2 regular ones, 1 hunger one. Okay. Come on. Come on. Okay. I have 1 unk, 1 blank on my regular die, and
So
I
you have a
have
single success.
I have a single success, and I have a blank on my hunger die. So I reckon we're still good.
Yes. So you do not grow hungrier. However, you fail the contest against both Kira and Nicholas. They attempt to sort of quell you as you approach. And it's a little bit of a struggle, but it's not particularly abrasive. It's friendly at this stage.
Okie dokie.
As you're observing Nyx, can I get a charisma and leadership roll?
Leadership. Okay. I got one super success, and that's it.
So you got a single success. Okay.
One single one. Yeah.
You just stay and observe. You don't try and intervene while
Okay.
the struggle happens. As this is happening. Yes?
I was just gonna say, I mean, when I gave a look to Nicholas, and I'm sure he read me the same way, it wasn't necessarily to like hold someone down or chase after them or fight them or anything. It was more like a, hey, observe them as they approach.
Yeah.
And, you know, if they're just a bystander, make sure they don't get too close.
Yeah. Like I said,
Valeria is essentially approaching in a way that seems it might be dangerous or hostile.
Right.
And basically Kira and Nicholas are just responding to that and trying to not so much control her, but just sort of like persuade her to not be so, I guess, flamboyant.
Like a traffic attendant. I'm just trying to tell the person not to continue approaching. But storyteller, I do have one other ability that is free to activate called Sense the Beast, which will allow me to kind of read this person's aura to see if they intend to cause harm. I would. It's a contested roll. So Valeria would be rolling composure plus subterfuge against my roll, resolve plus animalism.
Yep, correct.
I'm going to roll that.
This is just the courtly dance as we all get to know each other.
Yeah.
Da 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 da
Just like
da
in the
da
background.
da da.
I was just about to say that. You're just observing while you're being chill.
I'm just sitting
just
here,
doing Nosferatu stuff.
just looking around.
Alright, I think I gain a hunger because I got 2 successes and then 1 feral failure.
No, that's
right,
normal.
so
2 success.
Yeah, it's a regular 2 successes. However, because you roll the skull, your hunger does go up by 1.
Okay, noted.
But he rolled 2 successes. Doesn't that override the bestial
It
failure?
it counters out the bestial failure, but because there's a skull,
it
it
still
still
goes up in
increases the
hunger.
hunger.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So sorry. So that was a contested roll with Valeria. I got 2.
Yes. And that's the roll. It was sense the beast, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So composure plus.
I'd be able to, because I know that
Yes.
we're supposed to be meeting someone,
So-
and obviously I'm like listening to the conversation, and obviously they're also waiting here for someone. Would I be able to do maybe an investigation just to look around to see if there's anyone else that may be also lurking around in the shadows or waiting for us to kind of group up?
Okay. Hold that thought. So Valeria, can you roll composures plus subterfuge, please?
Boop. Boop, boop. Okay. Composure is 2.
Subterfuge is the other.
Subterfuge, as I squint. Where are you?
Is a 1.
Is
The
a
bottom
1.
in the
So
middle.
it is a 3 minus a 1, and then 1 hunger die. Come on. Come on, spinner. Oh. Oh.
Well,
Is that a
without
good owl or a bad owl?
Oh,
This bodes
I
well.
have one ank, two
Mm.
anks. And I have one mean-looking, nasty skull face judging me.
So that's 2 successes, and your hunger goes up by 1.
It's
So I
exactly
think
the
that's
same
a
thing I
draw.
rolled.
At the tie, yeah.
Okay.
This is
So in this case, because you tied, you both succeed.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
I like
So-
getting tied up. I mean, sorry, what?
So yeah, you're able to detect that that Valerian means no harm. However, she is that this seems to be the default state for this kindred.
and
She's
I
harmless.
and I am aware that they are
She's-
kindred, right? Because that's one of the other things that a
Yes.
win gives me.
Yes,
Mhm.
you're aware of that. You're aware of that everyone in the vicinity, including the presence that's in stealth, are all kindred.
Got it.
As the kerfuffle sort of draws to a close, a dark shadow appears, and then suddenly, Victoria appears, leaning up against the monument, and she says, "Hey, gang, what's up?"
Oh, it's you again. Hi.
Hi,
Sorry.
hi.
Each of you will know,
Yeah.
and you each of you was briefly in contact with this character.
Mm.
She's looking very bohemian, very stealthy, very punk rock. And you notice that she has a blood bag that she's
Mhm.
just sipping from like it's a juice box. She says to all of you, "Wait, was there meant to be one more?"
I think that
Mm.
Nicholas would say there is one more skulking around.
I'm gonna do something funny. Can I use Unseen Passage to move pretty much next to Victoria and be like, I am here?
So yes, you can use
One
one
hunger die,
unseen
right?
passage. That is a route. There's a single rouse check.
While this check is going,
One success. Let's go.
So you got a success. Okay, so
I
that
got
means
a
your hunger
success,
does not increase, and you activate unseen passage until
Okay, I'm
your
going to-
until your presence is made known again. You are
Yeah.
completely invisible.
Cool. I'm pretty much gonna kind of sneak up to Victoria's side and kind of just whisper, it's like, I am here, and then just kind of like back away a little bit. Back
She's
into,
not
like,
going
the
to
shadows.
make any response at all to this gesture because she's aware of all of the clans that meet here tonight. So she's just
Valeria
going to say,
responds enthusiastically.
I'm gonna smirk slightly, just
I
a
guess,
half
yeah,
smirk at Nicholas.
Nicholas is actually kind of lowering himself slightly as if ready in case anything happens as soon as he sees that last person is Nosferatu. No, usually.
so
run
does the
them.
Would
spree
they have
make herself
heard-
known?
sorry. No, I'm gonna stay in the shadows. I don't exactly know these people, so I'm not
So,
risking anything.
so with that, Victoria is going to mesmerize Espria. She's going to make a
Wow.
rouse check.
I'm trying to
Fails,
fucking
her
pull me
hunger
out of
goes up.
my little shadows,
And then
Just had to ask.
And if there's a response to this, go right ahead.
Mm.
Actually, hold on. What's the contested roll for mesmerize? One moment.
Mm.
Dominate. So, can you give me an intelligence plus resolve?
Intelligence.
And she will
okay.
roll.
Intelligence plus resolve. Okay, that's not too bad. That includes hunger, yes?
Yes, correct. Um,
Ooh, 2 plus 4, that's 6 successes.
okay. Intelligence.
Bravo, well done.
Brava!
Roll good
Brava!
today.
Dominate. Dominate. 3 and 2. So she has 4 successes. Did you say 5 or 6?
I 6. I got a critical and 2 successes, so I got 6.
So the mesmerize fails.
Yeah. I'm assuming I kind of, due to the role, I know she was trying to do that. So I'm going to, in response, be like, I'm going to come out of my unseen passage. So I'm going to be visible to everyone, and I'm going to be like, you could have just asked. And she's like
Does
kind of
anyone get
hiding her face,
spooked?
like with the hood.
Does anyone get spooked or jump from a sudden Nosferatu appearing?
Yeah.
Not me.
Valeria jumps with joy and does a little happy dance. Specifically, the sort of happy dance that you see Snoopy and the gang do, on that movie Christmas special, and they all do that little happy dance. She does that little happy dance.
Victoria responds with, I'm not sure what you're on about, Malkavian.
That's okay.
What were
No
you
one
going
ever
to say,
does.
Nicholas?
I mean, I was saying that yes, Nicholas was probably not expecting that the last one skulking was a Nosferatu, just because not used to seeing them out. So that would have been drawing his attention. But as soon as she calls Valeria Malkavian, who he's standing right next to, he's turning sharply back to her and taking one step back.
Yeah.
I think I'm
Espia
more
will
shocked by
kind
the
of,
dance.
during the funnel, Espia will kind of go to her back and pull out a kind of a little electronical mask. It's mostly black, but
Oh,
on the facial side, you'll see just 2 kind of circles that kind of imitates eyes, and she's going to pretty much put on the mask so that to hide her face, she's just going to be putting on the mask.
I would like to address Victoria, if I may.
Yes?
I would like to say it's clear you brought us here for a reason. It's clear that you were, well, I can't speak for anyone else, but guessing just from what I've experienced, you probably did the exact same thing to all of us, where you were very cryptic and not very helpful. This is where,
You could
after
say
so many
cryptic.
years, I ask again, why are we here, and what are we here for?
With that, Victoria's going to hold her response. And then with that, we're going to take a brief 10-minute break. We'll see you soon.
Okay.
Welcome back. As Victoria receives the question from Kira, she pulls all of the kindred that she's collected together. She says, "There's a war coming.
What?
The Camarilla are not vanquished yet. They plan to increase their numbers and then try and take the city back.
They're
We can't
still
let that
walking
happen.
around?
Are you still looking around? Yeah, you're still in stealth, but you're hearing the conversation.
No, there was a quote. It was like they're still lurking around.
Yes.
Like meaning the camera. Yeah.
The camera.
What
the
does it mean for
camera.
us?
What it means for us? It means we have to strengthen our numbers and fight back.
Not the best when it comes to combat.
I have
More
received this
investigator.
information from the powers to be, and not many kindred know this. But yes, the city's in turmoil, and the Camarilla want their land back. As
We're supposed to help out.
Victoria is speaking, another presence is entering the scene. Although they don't seem like the rest.
Can I make
Victoria.
a sense the beast check to see if they're hostile?
Yeah, it's passive, so
Sure.
I've got it as well.
Yep.
I've got Melpomene
Go-
active as well as all.
Alright. What would that be?
Go ahead
Roll.
and activate anything you like.
Since the beast is animalism
free,
plus.
so I don't know. What is
If her
it?
new
Sorry?
friends are activating powers, Valeria wants to activate powers too.
I mean, I will say, since the beast is not an activated power, it's a passive ability that's always there.
It says free here on mine, so I'm guessing I can just.
Yep. Mine's free
Do
as
it.
well, both of them,
Yeah.
all and Melpomene.
Yeah.
Sense the unseen.
Yep, you can try
That's
doing
me.
that.
So that's an Auspex of 3. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3.
So do I need to make any rolls?
The creature approaching. Well, you think it's a creature. You don't know yet. He's going to make a roll.
With my disciplines, remind me again.
2.
I have my Auspex of 3. What else do I add in?
For Sense the Beast, it's animalism.
No, Auspex.
Oh, you have it through Auspex? Then it's
Since the since
Oh.
you mean since the unseen is what she's activating.
I understand
Yeah.
now.
Since
Yeah.
Is connected to.
Probably
so
awareness.
you would be rolling. One moment.
Oh, I use heightened senses. Would that
Auspex.
be better?
So since the
I'd like to
unseen
roll
doesn't have an opposing pull,
No.
you roll Wits, Resolve, and Auspex to activate that ability.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
3. Okay.
Wits. 2 more. But
And
then.
then, sorry, what was the spree rolling? You do conclude your hunger
I'm-
die as well.
I'm asking what do I need to roll for the sense the beast?
For Sense the Beast.
Resolve plus animalism.
Resolve and animalism, yeah, that's right.
Resolve and elements. Okay, thank you.
Can I do reveal temperament?
Sure. Give me a sec.
I'd like to do something too.
I love that we all just
Intelligent
have like
remarks.
our check the area abilities.
Oh, 1 success.
Okay.
And to clarify, Valeria is doing this because she wants to join in the fun, not because she's worried.
Reveal
at all.
temperament.
Yeah.
So start with a rouse check, Nix. Roll one
rouse check.
hunger die.
Pass.
Okay. You don't grow any hungrier. And then you're going to need to roll a intelligence plus Auspex.
I would like to do something on my own behalf, if I may, since I've already activated everything I could.
Sure.
I'd like to come over my earpiece, and I'd like to say, Wallace, have the car ready, started, and if we need to get out of here, be ready.
Nice.
It's all specs.
Got a ride.
It's the discipline. So
I'm gonna-
you see what you've got.
Okay.
You've got yeah, got 2 in Auspex.
Yeah, I was looking at attributes. I'm like, I can't find anything.
Yeah. Yeah, all good.
Aria,
As
Oh,
a-
will
I
you
got
also-
4
clarify?
successes.
You got 4 successes, okay.
4
Yeah,
successes.
sorry,
Well, 2
what's
of
the
them are
clarification?
super.
So you got 8 successes then.
Oh, heck yeah.
Nice.
All right. Sorry, what was that, Valeria?
Can I clarify? I take away 2 of my die and replace them with my 2 hunger. That's correct?
Correct. Yes, correct.
Thank
Yep.
you.
I would
I'm
also like
in
to clarify something,
Spinner.
if I may be so bold. So that way I don't alert everybody. I'd like to, like I said, whisper what I said to Wallace. I'd like to not necessarily at a whisper, but like quiet enough to where, from a distance, it couldn't be heard. Maybe someone right next to me, like Nicholas, could hear. But yeah, I'd like to just basically subtly let Jeff know to have the car ready.
Yep.
Am I also on that
Thank you.
earpiece, so I just hear it in mine as well? Anyway.
You know, I would like to think you would have one. I think that we can afford it.
Yeah, that's up to Kira.
Yeah, I think we'll say
okay.
yes.
All right.
Would I be able
so
to activate
starting
2 things at once? Like, could I do Sense the Beast and Cloak of Shadows?
yeah, Cloak of Shadows is free. You can activate that.
Yeah. So I just
and
like kind
then
of
for
disappear.
Cloak of Shadows, I think there's no dice pull for that at the moment.
Yeah.
Under
It says
Associate.
it's free, but I'm not 100% sure what it is exactly.
Yes, Cloak of Shadows doesn't have a dice roll. You just blend
poof.
into the surroundings, and
Okay.
yeah, as long as you don't move.
Yeah. No, just go.
So with Nyx's 8 successes, she's able to detect that this being is immortal, and their resonance is caloric.
Oh.
So
Boring.
Oh. Ah.
so that would mean
Yummy.
that they are not in an immediate threat. However, they haven't made themselves known yet.
Yet.
Esprit the Nosferatu simply vanishes from sight, and she remains in stealth. This human approaches the group and then addresses Victoria. Oh, hey, Victoria, what's going on? She recognizes this man. She says, "Oh, hi, Nathan. What's going on?" You then see him step out of the shadows and show his Australian Federal Police badge.
Oh.
She says, "Officer Nathan Scott, what's going on here?" Victoria's going to respond to Nathan. She's going to say, "Oh no, it's fine. Nothing's going on. We're just hanging out." Oh yeah? How does this react to? And then he reaches into his pocket and fires off a flare gun. Everybody roll a willpower check.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
So you,
okay.
so
How
you're-
does that
Okay.
work?
so you
Willpower.
roll your current willpower, and you don't
Yeah.
add hunger die.
Okay, cool.
So for you,
Okay.
that's 5.
That's 5, yeah.
Purely willpower, no hunger die.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes,
Okay.
just your current
1,
willpower.
2, 3, 4.
Jesus.
4 successes. I thought it was 6,
Come
but it was 4.
on.
Only 1 crit there. So
Okay, you're
4
fine.
successes for Espria.
What was yours, Nicholas?
5 successes.
Okay, you're fine.
Pretty good too. Yeah.
What was Kira's?
Unfortunately, 1.
Oh.
Okay. Kira reacts to the flare gun and relinquishes, and then you instinctively step back and try and find darkness. You're immobilized
put my
for the
arm
time
up.
being.
I'm going to put my arm up too. My eyes are going to be closed, and I'm just going to flinch and turn towards either my left or my right, and then I'm going to immediately try to bump into Nicholas if I can.
Yeah, I was going to say, if she responds that way, I think Nicholas is going to want to move into a protective position and just shield her with his body.
Okay,
I'm still in stealth because I succeeded correctly.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And then Nyx and Valeria, what did you roll? The willpower check.
A shiny one.
I
shiny one.
rolled a 2.
Right. Okay. Both Valeria and Nyx also relinquish with the shot. And then they're
Ouch.
going to try and find darkness to rest in.
Jeez, you gotta give us a warning before you light things up at nighttime.
I mean, I don't generally have to
Told
give a
you.
warning for most people, but it seems like some folk seem to react to these things in different ways, and that's
Because
curious.
it's bright.
That's a bright light, yeah.
Sparkles.
It was dark.
Sparkles.
Yeah,
I told you, Sparkles.
Good to know cops are the
unicorn?
same here as in America. Assholes.
Nyx is going to respond to that as
You're
like,
just
"Sir, you don't disrespect authority. That's not a good thing to do."
I'm gonna stay quiet and let Nicholas handle this however he pleases.
Victoria chimes in and she says, "Oh, actually, she needs to roll willpower as well." Hold on.
His flare is spent. It's up in the sky, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think that
Shoot at the ground.
Nicholas is not gonna like that, and he's going to say it's gonna take you longer to reload that thing than it's gonna take me to get to you.
Oh, wow. Threatening
Okay.
a cop now. Okay.
So she will also relinquish and try and find darkness. As a response to the reaction of most of the kindred in the area, Nathan is going to say, "So, what are you folk?"
Can I actually respond to that?
I'm glad I'm invisible.
You can. You are currently in terror frenzy. You can
Oh, fuck,
try and
right.
respond, but you're going to. It's going to be at a disadvantage. You're gonna like try and act normal, but you won't be able to like act like a normal human.
What would that entail
you
if
can-
I tried?
Well, your voice might be like a bit shaky, and you might not be able to like mask the fact that the flare gun has affected you. And that could be
I
bad.
would like to respond, and I'm going to respond in this way. I'm going to say, because haven't you ever heard of people with sensory processing disorder? I'm sure educated people like you would be aware of disabilities, sir.
That's good. That's
He's going
good.
to turn to you and he's going to say, "Yeah, I get that. I'm sorry.
At the
Tell you
point
what.
of
Tell you what. I won't fire this flare gun again, so long as you tell me what you're all doing here."
I'd like to respond to that too.
You got half of
And
that
I'd like
right.
Go ahead.
to I'd like to, while flinched, I'd like to say, I am a businesswoman, I am a stock trader for the Australian Stock Exchange, and I am a boardroom member who gives money not only to this entire city, but I am currently blinded and unable to direct you, or rather engage with you properly, because you have blinded me due to my disability, and to which I am actually half tempted to respond to your superiors, but for now I would rather be cordial, sir, and say, "What? Why are you here?"
Simply because I'm
And I'd like
investigating.
to. Yeah.
Simply
Oh,
because
sorry, go
I'm
ahead.
investigating some strange occurrences happening all over the city,
Can I
involving this one Miss Victoria Bassett in particular. And that's how I found myself in this location right now. I tailed her.
Can I add a little quip to pretty much after Kira said her little spiel, like Esper just kind of mutter just under the breath, like quiet enough for the people around her to hear, but not enough for like everyone to hear. It's just rich folk.
Valeria changes her chant from sparkle, sparkle, sparkle to overload, 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 and covers her ears and squints her eyes and stamps her feet.
So
I'm
as
really
this is all occurring, everyone that was affected and is in terror frenzy, roll a rouse check for me. So that would be everyone but, it would be everyone but Espria and Nicholas, I
Nicholas.
believe.
Yeah.
So just rouse the blood.
Yes, just for a
Yeah.
single.
Oh, look at us, 2 specials.
I
the
get
way
hungrier.
Victoria gets
Ooh.
hungrier. She got a skull. Look, she's at 3.
I succeeded.
and for chat, and not for me at all, the way we do that is
Sorry.
Oh,
the rouse
Just
check.
your
So
Yeah.
a rouse check is a
Audio went out.
single hunger die to see if the beast grows hungrier within the kindred. If they do, their hunger increases. That can be bad.
Okey spokey.
Yep. So did everyone else who grew hunger and who was fine?
I was fine.
Okay, Nix, you're no
I
longer
grew
in terror
hungrier.
frenzy.
Yes.
Okay, Kira has
You're now, Kira?
Kira is still
Yes.
afflicted, and she's grown hungrier. And Spree is obviously
I'm gonna
still
breathe.
fine. Okay.
I'm gonna breathe, and I'm what do I say?
Oh, and Valeria, what was your rouse check?
My rouse check with my single hunger die was no increase in hunger. I had a blank.
That's actually a fail.
Yeah.
It's
So
a
you grow
fail?
hungrier.
Yeah.
Yes, blanks are fails.
Oh, dude.
And you were still afflicted by the terror frenzy. Okay.
So
What's now going to happen is that Victoria, Valeria, and Kira are all going to roll composure and resolve together.
okay. During resolve.
This time without the hunger die.
Okay.
Keep it up.
I don't want to put anyone in a hunger frenzy just yet.
yeah.
1,
I think at this time, like, Nicholas is trying to
4.
help Kira to her feet. Just has this protective arm around her. Giving
So
her
Victoria
something.
got 4 successes. She's no longer in terror frenzy. She has recovered. What did
That's good.
everybody else roll?
I'm thinking about burning my first willpower.
Oh,
Yep. If you want to do that, go ahead.
Ooh.
Reroll 3 regular dice.
I'm debating on it. Let me think on it. One moment.
what did you roll?
Not well. Not well.
Oh,
All right. I'm gonna burn a willpower, and I'm gonna reroll 3 die. So let me do that now.
What did you get?
Okay.
I
So
got 1
remove-
success.
You got
Okay.
1 success. Okay, that is smart.
actually rolling
to
the
do that.
ones today, or you should say
So-
tonight.
On your character sheet,
Yes.
take off one of the willpowers.
I did.
You're now at 4. Yep.
All right.
Okay.
I can confirm. I now have 3 total successes.
Okay.
Better than a 1.
Kira is now also unafflicted and out of the terror frenzy.
Nice.
I would
Everyone's
like to
back
address the
normal.
police officer.
You
We
wanna
should
run
probably
ahead?
get everyone's rolls first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Sorry, what was your role, Valeria?
Valeria's roll was a 1 unk, 2 unks, 1 blank, 2 blank.
Okay. So you got 2 successes as well. You're also no longer not afflicted, and you are no longer in terror frenzy. Everyone is back to regular state now, including
Okay.
Victoria. So Kira wanted to address the officer.
Yes. hoping to roll persuasion and charisma. I want to address the officer by stating he did announce his full name, right? Officer Nathan something.
Nathan Scott, yes, of the Australian Federal
Officer-
Police, lead investigator
As I
at the Australian Federal Police.
Just before you do that, pretty much during Kira's hawk, I'm going to use Unseen Passage, and I'm going to kind of sneak around behind the cop. Not close enough, but like
Sure, make a
you know,
rouse
at
check to
least
do that.
about 2 meters, I'd say. So close, but not like too close that he could potentially like feel it.
Yeah,
That
make
is
a
a
rouse
failure.
check to.
Just a
It's a
blank.
failure, so your hunger goes up, but you still
Okay.
activate Unseen Passage. So you're
Yeah.
now at 2, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Unseen Passage. And there's no contestant for that. Okay. Yep. So you said you were going to get close to the officer, but not
Yep. I'm
reveal
gonna
yourself.
get to about roughly 2 meters in between me and the cop. So I'm hopefully not close enough for him to like kind of feel me in a sense. Like I'm good 2 meters off, but close enough
Yeah,
that I
you're-
could potentially do something if the need arises.
Your Unseen Passage is so your rouse check made you hungrier, but the Unseen Passage works. That always is the case. And yes, you position yourself in a place close to the officer, ready to strike if needed. And so, what is Kira's response to the officer?
Like to say, as I've composed myself, I would like to say, Officer Scott, I'm not going to insult you by stating that you don't have a reason to be here or a valid reason, sir. But what I would have been happy to tell you is that these are going to be future business partners of mine. And I was here on business, as I've mentioned before. I am a stock trader as part of the Australian Stock Exchange. And my name is Kira Smirnova. And would you do us the courtesy, the respect of leaving us for the night, and then we would not only be out of your hair, but off the premises shortly?
He's going to respond with, "And what's
I
makes
wanted
you
to use
think I'm
persuasion
just
and
going to
charisma.
walk away?" Yeah,
Oh, that's what I was wanting to roll for.
Yeah, well, yeah. So what his response is, "And what makes you think I'm just going to walk away?" And then yeah, roll persuasion and charisma against
persuasion.
his.
We're
I was
dominate
begging to do something. I'm
opportunity.
good at. That's what I'm doing here. I'm angling.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do have a side question for you, Aria. What if your hunger die is higher than the die you have in the die pool? What happens there? Do you
It's
just roll like?
it's just hunger. It's just hunger.
Okay, yeah.
It's no
So
regular
just
die.
looking at like if I did that roll, it would be 1 dice.
Yep. You don't roll your hunger die. Like so, say for example, your dice pool is 1. You just roll a single die, a hunger die.
Single dice, yeah, okay.
You do not roll in regular die.
But what if your hunger is 2 or 3? Do you roll all 3 still?
That's what I was asking, but as Aria clarified, you just roll the 1.
You just roll your die pool.
Yeah.
But if the hunger exceeds the die pool, it's just hunger dice. It's not regular dice. What was
Storyteller?
the result of your roll? Yeah.
Could I roll in a? Can I burn another willpower?
Sure, go right ahead.
Wow. Burning a second one already?
Well,
He's
it
got a good
replenishes
reason
at
to.
the end of each
The
night.
officer unfortunately rolled quite
yeah.
high.
Okay.
All right.
If
Rolling against
do I
walls.
notice the confrontation going bad, or I guess I gotta wait for the roll, don't I?
I mean, you're completely in
Yes.
in earshot of the conversation and what's going down, but you're not going to react yet.
No.
4 successes.
Okay, so you match the officer's 4 successes.
Ooh.
So, what's going to happen now is he's going to get grumpy. But he's going to be like, "So, yeah, I say again, what makes you think I'll just walk away?" And you
I'm
respond
going
to that.
I am. I'm gonna visibly be delayed in my response. I'm visibly going to try to seem as professional and kind as possible. And I'm going to say, because you have no merit or warrant or business being here, and I'm sure that your superiors would not like a person of my stature having to call them up and sort out why that a officer of theirs was harassing people on a business deal that does not concern them.
Roll manipulation and presence.
I feel like doing something stupid.
And he'll roll wits and insight.
I roll
Through
with my
this
hunger
whole-
die, correct?
Yes.
Through this whole exchange, Valeria is switching her single repeated words as the conversation goes back and forth, still covering her ears and stamping her feet.
Nathan's going to notice you, and she is just going to pay no mind to it and just attend back to the conversation between Kira and himself. What was your result?
I'm rolling really, really badly, so I'm debating on something.
You're gonna put your
Again.
dice into a naughty
Do
corner
share with the
and
class
magically
what you
pull out more
rolled.
dice.
I rolled a bestial failure and
Amazing.
a success.
Okay.
Amazing.
Okay.
Okay, so your hunger increases, but again, you match the officer's one success.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
with that, he's going to get a bit crankier.
Yeah.
He's just going to say,
Ah,
yeah, go ahead.
Espria kind of noticing the kind of situation turning a bit hostile. She's gonna kind of reach into her pouch, like the little bag that she's got, and pull out a little kind of looking EpiPen looking thing and just like kind of keep it in her right hand.
All right, so you're going to hold the action.
Mhm.
He's going to respond to Kira again. He's going to be saying, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be walking away. This seems highly suspicious, and I think I'm going to add to my notes about this congregation. This seems unsettling and suspicious. Would you like to respond in any other way?
I think I'm done talking.
Does he grab like a
Does anyone else want to respond to the officer? I mean,
I want to kind of, where does he pull the, I'm assuming a book, right? Like a little, is it a book, a flip notepad thing? Like,
oh, he's just making a mental note. He's not making
mental
any
note,
notes at the
okay.
moment. Yeah.
Okay. No physical note. Okay, it's a mental note. All right.
Quick question for the storyteller. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yep.
You
you're
mentioned his
good,
name is Officer Nathan Scott, and he is representing what bureau or
Australian-
investigation?
The Australian Federal Police, which is
Australian
essentially
Federal
the
Police.
which is essentially the
Australian
FBI in
stuff.
Australia.
Yeah.
Okay, copy that.
Fuck that high, okay. I'm grabbing my little notebook.
So, does anyone else respond to the officer, or does
I mean,
is he kind of just
splitting conflict.
become an answer?
Valeria is continuing her little single word repeat dance.
Sorry.
Ashley.
That's a pen that don't work.
Ashley, does
Nicholas?
Kira have access to the modify memory part of Dominate?
Modify memory. I have cloud memory.
Yeah. Sorry. So was that a yes?
Yes, she
I
does.
do. So doesn't that mean? Yeah, you're right. Thank you for reminding me.
So what you're saying
So-
is I cannot do something stupid?
So what I
Teamwork
will
makes
say
the
is
dream
that.
work.
I also
So
have
what I will
flat memory.
say. Yeah, so what I will say is Nyx has cloud memory, Victoria has cloud
Mhm.
memory, and so does Kira. Kira has cloud memory. If you all work together, it will just succeed.
Okay. What was the police officer's name?
Nathan,
Nathan
Scott.
Scott.
Officer
Scott.
Nathan Scott of the Australian Federal Police. I'm putting that in our notes, by the way, in Discord, as well as my own
Yeah.
personal notes.
Australian Federal Police.
Yes.
AFP.
Everyone's got
AFP.
cloud memory. It's amazing.
AFC.
It's
AFP.
yeah. I think
Okay,
I would love that.
you know
Chakra
what?
Zero, thank you.
Mhm.
That's probably a better thing than when I was gonna stab the guy with a needle.
Like, why are we burning
Oh,
willpower
yeah.
against a mortal when you can just use discipline on him?
Yeah.
It's okay.
I'm getting
Oh, no, I
acclimated.
know.
This is the
I'm
this
so
is the very
new.
fast.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so everyone that is using
Very
cloud
fun.
memory,
Yes.
can you
Yep,
all
I'm happy
roll
with that.
charisma and dominate?
Yep.
And he will roll wits and resolve at a lower chance to succeed because you're all
Charisma
working
and
together.
Dominate. 1 sec.
I
Let
can
me.
just imagine like 3 people, or is it all 4? Is it 4 of you or 3 of you?
Three of us. Oh, it's 3 of us. It's Victoria, Nix, and Kira.
Yeah, I can just
Rolling
like
it now.
imagine just like all
Oh
of them
my
just dead
God.
staring the
Ooh.
guy.
I got 6 successes.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
I choose to believe
I
that
got 3
this was.
successes.
You remember nothing.
I choose to believe that this was
These are not the
predicated.
droids you were looking for.
So
Nickel.
so the officer rolled 3 successes. Does anyone else beat 3 successes?
I got
Oh,
3
hold
on
on.
the dot.
His chance to succeed is a 5 actually. So
Does Valeria need to beat anything, or she can continue with a little unhappy dance?
she
Yep.
can continue without the happy dance because she doesn't have cloud memory. She can't join in on this
Amazing.
little memory wiping expedition. So
I have something
Nick's
that's
got
not as
6
good as
successes. How many successes did Kira get?
3.
You got 3. Okay. And Victoria, who was at 3 hunger, rolls charisma and dominate, which is 2. So it's a single regular die and 3 hunger die. Oh no, pistol failure. Okay, she's at 4 hunger. That's not
Is it
good.
4
She's
now?
about to tear this guy's throat out.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh
As
god.
that shakes down, because Nyx rolled a 6 success,
Yeah.
and Kira rolled a 3 success, and Victoria got a 1 success. Yeah, he doesn't remember the back half of last week, let alone why he's here.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's going to relinquish and just be like, "Where am I? What are all you people? I recognize you.
I'd like to answer that.
I don't recognize any the rest of you. What are we all doing here? What's going on?" And yeah,
We called you. There
Kira
was a noise
answers.
disturbance.
Valeria stops her dance.
Okay. And what does Kira respond with?
I would say that it's as my associate here said. You called us about a noise disturbance, and at this time of night, it is rather odd, I will admit. But we were here actually meeting together on a friendly little encounter, since it's been a while since we've all talked. But yeah, it was rather strange when we came across you. But yeah, there doesn't seem to be any strange noises anymore. I think whatever you may have came for may have already gone.
Officer shrugs and he says, "Okay, you're all free to go." And he wanders off.
Esper's gonna just put the kind of EpiPen back in the patch and just kind of move away a little bit so she's not in the way of if the officer like turns around and walks away.
All right. As the officer leaves, Victoria says, "I don't think it's safe to talk here. Does
I don't
anyone have
think
a place that we could safely talk?"
I have a place, but it's not exactly Planetary.
Ma'am?
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I do. Nicholas, thank you. We can actually go to my club. I have a nice little establishment with
Mm,
drinks for all of us, as well as a place to wind down, maybe enjoy some of the high life if we so choose. And may I interest you all? We can go over to my limo.
Esprit is gonna
Tori's
kind of
going to. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Esprit is gonna kind of like make a kind of just a
Is
little
Esprit
kind
going
of like
to
grunt,
suddenly
like a,
appear again because
well,
she's currently in unseen presence?
that too. Just kind of.
Is
I
anyone
guess, yeah,
going
like,
to react
yeah.
to Esprit suddenly appearing again?
Valeria squeals with excitement and attempts to approach her excitedly, saying, "Club,
Esprit is going to use soaring leap and jump 5 feet away.
Oh god. Okay. All right.
It's fine.
Interesting.
Nathan's just, half a block away. He's definitely not going to notice that.
Yep. Okay. So as you all leave, and I'm assuming that everyone's jumping into Ashley's
Limo.
Ashley's
Hummer.
driver's car.
Hummer limo, yeah.
Yeah. Check
Reluctantly,
it out.
yeah, reluctantly,
Most American vehicle.
will indeed get into the limo.
Yep. Okay.
Valeria follows up last, skipping and spinning, singing her little happy song. Club, club, club.
I'm gonna put my headphones on.
Nicholas is going to close the door behind them as they all get in and just sigh before going back to the front seat with the driver.
As
Yeah.
Nick puts
Because
her
I want-
headphones on, everybody else roll wits and insight.
Okay. Wits. 3.
See if the dice fail me again.
Wits is
Today's been a rough
unbelievable.
day.
Yes.
Where's insights?
And
Insights there,
then-
as well.
Yes, insight is a skill, and it's center, 3 down.
Yes.
I do also want to say, like, as Esprit is getting into the kind of limo, she's gonna kind of find like a corner secluded from everyone, and then due to being still, Cloak of Shadows will activate, so you're just gonna see like an imprint on the seat of a person sitting there, but not actually seeing the person.
Tori's going to follow your lead and also activate Cloak of Shadows as soon as she enters the
5 successes.
Oh, okay.
Ashley, is our driver a ghoul or a mortal?
He is indeed a ghoul.
Okay.
A retainer is what I'm going to call him.
I shouldn't say
So-
or a mortal.
So sorry, what was your role, Espria?
You told me to roll, I believe it was wits and insight.
Wits and insight, yeah. So wits and insight for everyone apart from Nyx.
Okay. And to clarify, we add those, we had wits and insight together, then we remove the amount of die that, and
Replace with
replace
hunger,
with
yes.
hunger.
Correct.
Yes, correct.
I got
Hunger
3
level,
successes.
yep. Okay.
Which, just to double check, Valeria's currently is 3.
Yes.
From the-
I believe that's
yep.
correct.
Okay.
I'm gonna listen to some Nightwish.
Nice.
I did want to say, by the way, as we get into the vehicle, the Hummer limo, I am actually going to look at Nicholas, and then I'm going to look back at Valeria, and then I'm going to just say nothing and let Valeria have their run of the nice crowded Hummer limo. If they want to sit there peacefully, if they want to lay down, if they want to lay down on the floor, if they want to sit on the floor, if they want to dance around like a mad person, Kira's not going to say a word. She's just going to let Valeria enjoy it. And this is actually what Kira has been hoping for a while, to make new friends and rather, get to know people.
Is it one of the fancy
Okay.
limos that have the random pole in the middle of it?
No, thank God.
So,
Okay.
I'm not
so Nicholas
gauche.
got 2 successes from the wits and insight. Espria got 6, was it?
I
And
got
then-
5, not 5.
Oh,
5
5.
successes.
Yep. And what was Kira and Valeria's rolls for wits and insight?
Kira, would you want to go first?
Sure. I got 4 successes.
Amazing.
Okay.
Well, I got a blank, an unk with 2 little asterisk-like stars on either side,
Mhm.
which makes it a 3.
If you've got a pair of them, if you've got a pair of them, it makes
that's
it,
just a one
it gives you
success.
4. If it's
Still
Yeah,
a
it's just
single,
one.
it's one a
There
single
we
success.
go.
Yeah.
One success.
And then one
So what's the
blank.
total successes?
Oh, the total success is 1. Then with the hunger die, we've got 1 blank, 1 unk,
Oh.
and 1 blank.
2
Okay,
successes.
so you've got 2
that's not bad.
successes. Okay, so Valeria and Nicholas both are just kind of confused as to why Nix is putting headphones on. They don't understand what it is.
Mhm.
Oh.
And yeah, so they will just presume that it's something milk related and move right along. Victoria, unfortunately, is at 5 hunger.
Oh.
Gosh.
However,
Oh my gosh.
however, she needs to exceed 5 to go into a hunger frenzy. So she's okay for the time being, but she's going to pull on Kira's coat and just say, "Can we stop by an infirmary or something? I need some juice."
I'm going to
Oh.
then look at Nicholas, and I'm going to then I'm going to go into my earpiece, and I'm going to say, Wallace, we need to get to Sydney secluded immediately.
Am I
Valeria
in
squeals.
earshot?
Does Victoria just says, "Okay, so do you have blood bags at your establishment?" Kind man.
Oh man.
Kind man.
Oh, sorry.
Ham.
My bad, my brain. I'm going to say that we would, honestly. I think we would have something
We see a lot
probably
of people.
refrigerated as well. Yeah, we would get a lot of people coming in. We would try to be as stocked as we could for everything, and we would have the money
Okay.
for it. So I'd say we probably have a
I-
fridge
Her next
wondering,
question is:
with blood bags.
Is there any in this car? Is there any in this vehicle?
There wouldn't be a reason for that since neither of us can use as blood bags.
She's gonna ask
Exactly.
anyway. She's gonna ask anyway.
I do have an important question because I never got an answer and I never got a resolution, but I rolled 4 successes when you asked me to in regards to Nyx.
Yeah, you don't. So it was a check to see if you understood what was going on with Nyx, and you passed, so that nothing happens there. However,
okay.
Valeria and Nicholas both failed it. So yeah, just a flavor
Am
thing.
I in earshot of the chat between Victoria and Kira?
Yes.
Oh,
you're in the
you meant
car.
Victoria.
Okay, I
Oh,
would be able to hear
sorry.
that. I want to just like do a little quip because I'm obviously invisible because I'm sitting still. I want to do just a little quip to Victoria and be like, I can always knock someone out for you.
Yeah, feeding on mortals is not really my style. I prefer the bags.
I know. I always find it good to feed on a nice
I mean,
unaware
if you want to
victim.
fill a blood bag, go right ahead.
I mean, we can. Do you have an empty blood bag? I can pop around it.
Not on me,
Just not much
unfortunately.
left.
I used my last one.
We're going to be at my club very shortly, I promise you. I understand the emergency,
Okay.
and while we didn't exactly get off on the right foot 24 years ago, that I still remember exactly how odd it was to see you. I do look out for friends. I do look out for potential associates. So we will be there very shortly, and I'm going to make sure that you're taken care of. And I know a place where you can also go to take care of yourself.
Okay, last question. Final question. Where are the blood guys located in your establishment?
Sorry, say that again?
Where are the blood bags located in your establishment? I need to get to them ASAP.
I'm going to say that they would probably be down in my what I would refer to as like my alcove area, going down towards where my main bodyguard would be, Hiro Matsumoto, and Hiro will be blocking that area where people can go in. The alcove area is usually used for people either having sex or enjoying the how shall I say, the blood of another. And so in the alcove, wherever they would go, that will be where to find it.
Right. So as this conversation happens, Jeff pulls into the back alley of the back entrance of Sydney Secluded, located in Newtown. Everybody gets out of the car, except for Victoria, who rushes out of the car and tries to immediately beeline towards wherever these blood bags are.
Is she invisible?
She's frantic.
No, I'm the one invisible.
Victoria has moved since activating Cloak of Shadows, so
Okay.
she's visible again. She also made herself known when she.
I need to immediately let my
her.
guards know. Sorry.
I think that Nicholas would handle that quickly, just calling the other guards over the comms and letting them know to let a woman fitting her description through and direct her to the area you said.
Yes.
Let me handle the security stuff for you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank
So
you, Nicholas.
as she's entering Sydney Secluded, she's going to roll a strength and survival check. Should be 3 hunger die. Whoop. Okay. So she succeeds. She gets 3 successes. She immediately locates the blood bags in some freezer. Takes all of the blood bags that are in the freezer out. There's probably about 20 of them. And she downs them as fast as she possibly can. After all of that,
but then I realize I'm still at the car.
Yeah, and I
After
imagine
all
that
that-
we're all still like making our way inside while she's doing this. We're just gonna come to and find a mess.
as the Vitae reaches her system, she calms down. She goes down to 2 hunger. Because unfortunately there wasn't enough blood to get her down to 1. But she's in better shape than she was. So that's good. When she comes to
oh, sorry.
When she comes to, she meets the rest of the coterie and at the door, and she meets them all and says like, "Oh, sorry about that. I'm feeling much better now. Thank you."
I want to turn to my special, like my immediate front of the club guards, and I want to say, Brockton, if you see any of these individuals right here next to me, they are special guests at this club. They have free reign to go inside and outside, front door or back door. Let them through at their leisure, please.
Acknowledge, ma'am.
Back door.
I put that into mental memory. We will also put it in the company files. Yes. Sorry, what are all your names?
I guess I'll step up towards the guy. Just imagine a cloaked figure with just a black mask with 2 like circular red eyes. Esprea. Esprea.
Noted. And you, ma'am? And he points to Nyx.
Sorry? What?
Sorry, what was your name?
Oh, hi, I'm Nyx.
Yeah. What's the last name?
Great question. Darkwell.
Okay. All right, noted. And then he just lazily like drags his eyes over towards Valeria, like he thinks that she might be a problem, but I guess we'll see. And she said, and you, ma'am, what's your name?
Oh, my name is Valeria Stila. Or Val, or V,
Okay.
or Russ, or all of them.
Okay, all noted. And then he looks towards Nicholas and says, "Oh yes, you're already on the list. That's okay. All right, shove right in."
He's gonna give him a suffering expression as he does that.
And then as you enter Sydney Secluded, see a bunch of different booths, and you also see some elevators to other levels. Everyone's gonna kind of look at Kira and just be like, "So, where do we go? Where's a safe place to talk?" Well, I guess Victoria is going to say this.
Oh, did she come back? She was still down in the room.
No,
the
she
safest places to go.
she consumed the 20 or so blood bags, then met everyone at the door.
Okay. Just gonna hold out a hand and look to Kira and be like, indicating just back to the alcove.
Yep.
Esper's kind of gonna go up to Kira and be like, "Are pets allowed?"
Pets.
I don't know. I don't
Well,
know, Kira. Pets allowed?
Pets
As a matter of fact, the person I would be happy to direct you to would be my my bodyguard and my chief of security, Nicholas. Nicholas Uzame Russell. And as it just so happens, well, Nicholas, I can let you properly introduce yourself, my friend. You can probably elaborate why pets would be okay, and especially if they were to visit your office.
We need to see the animal. Make sure that it's
Esper will proceed to whistle, and a magpie will fly down onto my shoulder.
That's acceptable. He's actually going to, indicate toward her, like basically non-verbally asking permission to interact with the animal.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I
kind of like.
Go ahead.
Go. You go.
I have feral whispers, so I can speak with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think you wanted to describe your giving permission.
Yeah, pretty much. I just kind of look over at the magpie named Maggie, because original.
No,
And just kind of give like a little nod.
You have to roll a rouse
So
check.
as this is all happening, yeah, Victoria's going to take Kira aside and says, "So we need a really safe space to talk. Where's the best place in this establishment to do that?"
It'll be the third floor. It'll be my office. It is soundproof. It is with only one door that can be heavily locked. And with the soundproofing, the only thing that can possibly go out is through my my high-rise view, my windows. And they're very tall, large panes of glass. And they are what look to be tinted. And then there are curtains that are blackout curtains if I ever want to add more protection against the sun. And yeah, my office on the third level will be the place, and yeah, it's soundproof once again.
All right, lead the way. And so everyone's
All right,
going
I guess
to
we'll
gather
that.
and go up to Kira's office for a safe place to talk.
As we
Yeah.
go ahead, I'm sorry, Katako.
I didn't speak.
As we pass
Valeria
by,
makes the
Okay.
decision to go at the end of the line and attempts to make a conga line. Whether or not anyone will let them grab them by the hips or not, she continues to do this all the way up.
I imagine
Okay,
that
so-
Nicholas is the one at the back of the line, just making sure everybody stays going the way. So it means you've grabbed him, and there's going to be like a tangible shudder that goes through his body when you grab his hips. But he doesn't fight this. He does not join in. He just walks on normally as you conga behind him.
Amazing. This makes Valeria even happier and her kicks even higher.
Victoria is going to respond to this by just saying, Malkavians. Can't live with them. Can't. I don't know how to finish that sentence. Let's just go to the office.
As we get ready to go to the elevators, and I introduce everybody to
going
the
from
very
that way.
fancy, nice elevator with AC in it, even though that probably doesn't matter for Kindred like us. One thing I also would like to do is as we pass by towards the stairwell leading down towards the alcoves, the little private rooms for various things, I want to tell my other, how do I word this? Nicholas is the head of security, but another head that responds directly to him, his underling, so to speak, Hiro Matsumoto. As we pass by him, I'd like to say that if this one, pointing to Valeria, wants to have fun in this club, let her have as much fun as she wants.
Fun, fun, fun. In the moonlight. Fun, fun, fun.
I
Sense
direct
the
that.
sun.
I direct him, and then we
I
go up.
want to add a little note to that. Esper is going to look very kind of visually uncomfortable and kind of retort to like
Reserved.
the
Yep.
overly kind of richness of the place, the clear place of people of riches and overly wealthy people.
Yep.
Snooty people.
What does the place look like?
So I'll let Kara explain the place.
Yeah, as you come into the establishment, the first thing you are greeted is that on your right, first and foremost, the decor is going to be very beautiful, very vibrant, very I would say bright, kind of purple. It's going to look very inviting, kind of like a Saints Row kind of purple. And additionally, you're going to have a very massive open bar towards the right side, but towards the corner, even though you don't notice it coming in, is immediately if you were to turn right, there is a couple of like nice little circular steps that lead up to a stage where a performer, a singer, could perform. And then on the left side is a place where people can dance. Actually, the middle rather is a place where people can dance. And additionally, leading towards the as you go down towards where the elevators are, on the left side will be the massive office of Nicholas, which inside I will obviously let him have free reign to describe how he would have it based on decor. To the right would be the elevator that can go up or down. And then additionally to the right of that elevator is going to be the stairwell leading down to the alcove or stairs leading up. And additionally, blocking those stairwells leading to the alcove will be my security guard, Hiro Matsumoto. And the middle floor is the second floor is a massive theater. It's a beautiful, gigantic theater for movie night for anybody that wants to experience movie night. But then the third office, or rather the third floor, will feature a gigantic open space, which looks like a very lived-in kind of place. There is large panes of glass towards the very back of the room. In the towards, I would say, about 10 to 15 feet away from the glass would be my very comfortable, expensive leather chair with a very nice, fancy desk. There is what looks to be very nice leather furniture. One of them is, come to find out, a pull-out bed, and additionally, a few other things that I admittedly could have thought about beforehand for details, but long story short, it's a nice little office and living space that is soundproof to the T. The room, even if someone were to, for example, scream, nothing would be heard even outside the door.
How
Very
big
nice.
is the room roughly in like square meters?
That is a good question. In terms of size, I did want to state that it is, I would say, roughly the same size as the first floor. So we're talking, let's see. I want to say maybe,
Lounge room size?
well,
Or
when I'm trying not to overstate it, but I would
yeah,
say a little bit less than half a football field, a little bit less.
Oh wow!
it's a lot of corners for me to hide in.
So it's
Yeah.
basically a big open area that's probably like the only room on this floor, I'd imagine.
I'm sorry.
That would be a bit
It's
big for
probably
a
a big
locker
open
room.
area that's like probably the only room on this floor, but it's very secure.
Very secure, yes. And
Okay.
we would have guards from the front, Bronson and Brockton. And then to the back door would be my other guards, Jackson J.J. James and Ellis
Mm.
Davidson. And then towards the stairwell, as I mentioned, is my head bouncer and lead guard of the private suites, the alcoves, if you will, Mr. Hiro Matsumoto.
Would you
Okay.
say there's any like tables that are kind of more like dining tables, I guess, where they've got some space underneath them?
Some space. I honestly would think that there'd be a few tables, and additionally, I'd also would probably place a pool table, or if you want to call it a billiards table, within my third floor as well.
I mean, there's not really much space under a pool table, but I guess
So
Espero's gonna kind of look for, I guess, a relatively spacious table that has some pretty good covering, like maybe a cloth draped over, stuff like that, and is going to kind of just go under the table.
yeah, as everyone enters the room, Victoria's going to close the door, and she's gonna be the last one entering the room, and she's going to be like, "It's way worse than I originally realized, and there's so much I haven't told you." And thus concludes episode 1 of our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, Sydney by Night. Thank you for joining us tonight. As dawn approaches, we hope to see you next time night falls. Bye for now.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Ari's just out.